A car plowed into a busy outdoor Christmas market in the eastern German city of Magdeburg, killing at least 2 people and injuring at least 60 others in what authorities called a deliberate attack. The driver was arrested at the scene shortly after the car barreled into the market at around 7 p.m. on Friday, when it was teeming with holiday shoppers looking forward to the weekend. Verified bystander footage distributed by the German news agency dpa showed the suspect's arrest on a walkway in the middle of the road. A nearby police officer pointing a handgun at the man shouted at him as he lay prone. Other officers soon arrived to take the man into custody. The 2 people confirmed dead were an adult and a toddler, but officials said additional deaths couldn't be ruled out because 15 people had been seriously injured. The violence shocked the city, bringing its mayor to the verge of tears and marring a festive event that's part of a centuries-old German tradition. It also prompted several other German towns to cancel their weekend Christmas markets as a precaution and out of solidarity with Magdeburg's loss. The suspect is a 50-year-old Saudi doctor who moved to Germany in 2006, Tamara Zishang, the interior minister for the state of Saxony-Anhalt, said at a news conference. He has been practicing medicine in Bernburg, about 40 kilometers south of Magdeburg, she said. As things stand, he is a lone perpetrator, so that as far as we know there is no further danger to the city, Saxony-Anhalt's governor, Rainer Haseloff, told reporters. Every human life that has fallen victim to this attack is a terrible tragedy and one human life too many. The violence occurred in Magdeburg, a city of about 240,000 people west of Berlin that serves as Saxony-Anhalt's capital. The first U.S. diplomats to visit Syria since President Bashar Assad's ouster earlier this month are now in Damascus to hold talks with the country's new leaders and seek information on the whereabouts of missing American journalist Austin Tice. Assistant Secretary of State for Near Eastern Affairs Barbara Leaf, former Special Envoy for Syria Daniel Rubinstein and the Biden administration's Chief Envoy for Hostage Negotiations, Roger Carstens, made the trip for talks with Syria's interim leaders, the State Department said early Friday. The team is also the first group of American diplomats to formally visit Syria in more than a decade since the U.S. shuttered its embassy in Damascus in 2012. At the top of their agenda will be information about Tice, who went missing in Syria in 2012. And they will push the principles of inclusion, protection of minorities and a rejection of terrorism and chemical weapons that the Biden administration says will be critical for any U.S. support for a new government. The rebel group that spearheaded the assault on Damascus that forced Assad to flee, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, or HTS, is designated a foreign terrorist organization by the United States and others. While that designation comes with a raft of sanctions, it does not prohibit U.S. officials from speaking to its members or leaders. The State Department said Rubinstein, Leaf and Carstens would meet with HTS officials but did not say if the group's leader Ahmad al-Sharaa, who was once aligned with al-Qaeda, would be among those they see. U.S. officials say al-Sharaa's public statements about protecting minority and women's rights are welcomed, but they remain skeptical that he will follow through on them in the long run. The U.S. has not had a formal diplomatic presence in Syria since 2012, when it suspended operations at its embassy in Damascus during the country's civil war, although there are U.S. troops in small parts of Syria engaged in the fight against the Islamic State militant group.
Did you meet with Ahmed Jarrah? ممكن بعدين هلا 4 لربع. وين الربع؟ 4 لربع.
وين تحديدا هون؟